All right, that's it. Let's get into the questions for this week, the podcast questions. Question number 1. Hey, Bill, I have a question for your podcast. If you were locked, and this is a great question, by the way. This is one of the greatest questions I have ever gotten, okay? This guy is setting the fucking bar for podcast questions. All right, here's the question, sorry. If you were locked in a gymnasium full of hundreds of unarmed 6-year-olds of various weights, heights, races, and temperaments, and all you had were the clothes on your back, how many of them do you think you could kill before they overpowered you? What a fucking great question. All right, so obviously I'm setting all morals aside here. If you set aside all morals and all feelings of guilt, and or maybe I just felt like I was right, like these were evil kids. I'm trying to think of a reason why a gymnasium full of 6-year-olds of various weights, heights, and races, and temperaments, how many do I think I could fucking kill before they overpowered me? Let's see here. The average 6-year-old has got to be about, are they 4 feet? They're not 4 feet tall. Like fucking Tim Duncan was probably 4 feet tall when he was 6. Are there any future NBA players in this? If they're not, if they're just going to be like accountants and fucking, occasional wife beater, that would be the tough one. I think, you know what I'd have to do? Do they know I'm going to overpower me? I'm just going to have to assume. Like, if they know that I'm coming in there as the killer of 6-year-olds, so they all banded together to try to slay me, I mean, I think the first thing I'd have to do, not to hack off of ESPN analysts here and use one of their expressions, but I'm going to have to here. I think the first thing I'd have to do is I'd have to set the tone. And by setting the tone, I mean I just have to do something so fucked up to the first wave of Braveheart 6-year-olds coming at me that I would have that second wave, that split second of thinking about what the fuck they were doing, right? And I'm talking about leg sweeps, the kind that would blow out an adult ACL, okay? I'm wearing Timberlands. And I'm going to I get one of them with one of those, you remember that move, what's-his-face used to do, Andre the Giant, when they throw a dude off the ropes and he just stick his foot up? I don't know, man. I don't know how many I could get, how many I could kill. I'd have to fuck them up first and leave them dazed, and then I'd have to go back to finishing them off. But if I just had to use my fist, man, I mean, even though they're 6-year-old, that's still a skull. It's going to hurt. Wow, I'm getting really creepy with this, aren't I? Okay, I would say I could probably I could kill about 11. I could kill 11. But, you know what? I think that I could kill a number that low is because, I remember one time on the Discovery Channel, I saw this wasp enter this beehive of these honeybees, and, like, the wasps, or whatever the fuck it was, can destroy the honeybees. They can kill like 100 to 1. They can destroy these fuckers. So what happened was he went in there. He was doing surveillance for his wasp or his hornet nest, and then he's going to go back and get his boys, and they were all going to come back. Or he's sending out a signal for them to come. So what he didn't realize was the honeybees saw him, and they started like wiggling their asses as a signal. And what happened was at the exact fucking moment, all the honeybees jumped on the fucking wasp or the hornet at the same time, and they were on top of them, and they started like basically dry humping them. But what they really were doing, they were vibrating. And I guess a hornet can only survive in temperatures up to 116 degrees, where a honeybee can go up to 118 degrees. So these motherfuckers, they vibrated to the point where the temperature was 118 degrees. 1 degree fucking more, 117 degrees. 1 degree more than the hornet could fucking survive, and 1 degree less than what would fucking kill them. It was one of the greatest attacks I've ever seen in my life, and they basically cooked the fucker, and that was the end of him. So, if those 6-year-olds knew I was coming, and they all jumped on me and started fucking vibrating, being a redhead, I mean, once they got over 80 degrees, I would be fucked. I'd be passed out, and that would be the end of it. All they'd have to do is drag my unconscious carcass out into the sun, and then that would be it. That would be it. Death by third-degree sunburns. All right, Jesus, oh my God, I breath from answering that one. Okay, now we're getting on.